And hello everyone! Today is the day. Welcome for this day one of World Cup qualifiers. We will start with the time attack seeding, and over 1,000 players signed up, and only 128 will make it into the bracket. The 6 former TMGL players, former or actual TMGL players. That are not already qualified have already made it through the seeding. They will enter the main bracket directly. So 122 spots left, and we're in server 8, and I think all the main players are here, including ours, which is Neomelop Soya. As you can see on your screen, we will be covering this World Cup qualifier for Neomelops. And Soria is the only player of the team that will play this qualifier. So yeah, we will follow all his matches, and if he goes out, I'm out as well. So the mission is fairly simple. Solia, I have a player page on him. Here he is. So Solia from Belgium. Solia from Belgium, playing for Numilops, reached last head-to-head in Trackmania Grand League, where he lost to Binks in the promotion playoffs. Got fourth in Spheris Cup, and won many team tournaments with Numilops and Venture, including TMM 2020 and TCS 2020. And he got also a bit of LAN experience with the 6th place at Gaming Winterfest 2019. So yeah, 15 seconds left, so we will get back directly. So the time attack seeding, there is not much to cast, so I guess we'll go through pretty much the main favorites. I made many graphics for the main players participating in this tournament. So here we go. We have 6 maps, 10 minutes each. Good luck, have fun, and we have all the main. I think we have most of the favorite on this server, which is server 8, because there is the official cast on it as well. But it's 122 overall that will make it through. So at least we will have a nice overview on which players among the favorites will be able to make it through. So yeah, let's find out. As you can see through this first round, we have Binks, Carl, Otak, Razy, many favorites, and Soria is doing good in this very first round of the time attack. Showing us the pace. We see Dofault signed up. I didn't make a graphic about Dofault, but Dofault will be still a really strong outsider to get that top 8. So 8 players will qualify to the World Cup through this tournament. We play the seeding in 3 matches today, and the last match will be played tomorrow, the decisive match. And they will join the 8 players that are already qualified to the World Cup, which are Cord Jr., Papu, Afi, and Massa Spam. I don't remember the every one of them, but Soya will take 3rd place right now. As you can see, the live of the server will be displayed on the left. I have no clue if it will update with people that are not on this server. I don't think so. Actually it does. That's great to see. So we can see that Soya is 4th place overall on this map, which is Halfpipe by Kisla. So all the maps you will see today have been played already in Trackmania Grand League, either in winter 2021 or during the fall 2020 season. This is a fall 2020 season map. 8 maps in total, but only 6 are played through this time attack seeding. And Solia right now shortly improving his time, but maybe we can go through other players. I have oops, what have I done? So Miquatro, I have a player page for Miquatro. Here he is, Miquatro, the veteran players from Finland. playing for a Finnish team named Touseti. He's 23 years old, playing with camera 2, with gamepad, and he got second place in his UB Team Tech Tournament 2021. Of course, he's a very successful tech player with long time loyal to the team Planet Key Dynamics and all the other name this team had. And he reached ESWC 2014. He participated in that event, so he's looking to participate once again in the World Cup. And he made it through the Open Grand League Super Final, but didn't make it any further. So right now Miquatro is in 5th on this server, which is 8th overall, and Soya in the meantime improved a bit. He's 3rd overall behind Panda and Otak. So yeah, Soya shouldn't have any trouble. Like anyone on this server pretty much should have any trouble making it into the main bracket. All these players are candidates for day 2, so getting top 122 here should not be a trouble. I can't expand this, unfortunately. But we have also another veteran player, and this is a really veteran player. It's Carl, and as you can see, if I can find his player page, Carl, the very first world champion of Trackmania in 2006, 15 years ago. He won this title of world champion. He's looking 15 years later to qualify again. 3 times Gamers Assembly winner over 10 years ago. And he won Game Awards Cup 3 in 2020. So he still has it. Carl still has it. He's still a very strong contender. He got runner-up in the World Cup 2007 and also reached the World Cup final in 2008 and 2010. He also got 4th in the Verizon Play Link in 2006, which is to this day still the Trackmania competition that had the highest cash prize in the history of the game. And in this new game he also won Cup of the Day twice, as you can see. Yeah, you can't get any more veteran than this player. My game froze for a bit, so we get back to Soya, still in 3rd place. But I have also a player page on Binks. Binks, who is quite a newcomer actually. Binks playing for Easy Dream alongside Coco. He's 18 years old. He recently qualified for Trackmania Grand League. He won against Soya the promotion matchup, the head-to-head, and you will see him in Trackmania Grand League next season. He's also French Championship runner-up in 2021, runner-up in the Game Award Duo Cup 2 alongside Link, who will be playing as well this tournament. And he got top 5 in the UB Team Tech Cup as well. Started playing Tech, but also really strong at mixed since he qualified for Grand League. So looking forward, definitely one of the favorites. Hey, Kulvi, watching some Trackmania content. Long time no see, man. I thought you were dead. So yeah, Binks will be as well a strong contender, but yeah, that's pretty. I don't have a player page on Otak, but Otak listed as the main favorite. He got interviewed by Eric Oldal. Also, Kappa mentioned it as one of his main opponents. So let's see how this will play out. Oh yeah, you came back at the right time, Kulvi, with the drama going on. And also another player that will most likely perform this weekend. And Trackmania players that will most likely perform this weekend, and I don't have a player page on it, is Razy, strong outsider. Who else do we have? We have Cap, but I think Cap didn't train much. Former Grand League player in the beta season. And Default, of course. Strong contender in Open Grand League. Could have made a player page on him, but I didn't. I could not make one for everyone. So Default right now performing pretty good. 4th place in this first map, in front of the player we are following, aka Soya. Panda is not on this server, but of course Panda performed really well on the tech scene recently. And yeah, I guess we can go through maybe some some other players. So the Grand League players that are already made it through the time attack seeding. There is Bren playing for K Corp. Of course, Trackmania Grand League winner of Lyon Esport. No need to introduce him. Pretty much, he's a big fan favorite in the French scene, and yeah, one of the most successful players in this game. Won the Ryder Cup with Carl Jr. Won Lyon Esport 2020. Won Game World Duo Cup. 2 times runner-up in the Ryder Cup, 3rd in Giant Cup, which is a tech tournament, 15 Gamers Assembly, 4 Cup of the Day winner. Yeah, no need to introduce him. Big favorite. Participated in all Grand League season as well. We have also Ivan, who got relegated from Grand League after the fall 2020 season. Recently got dropped out of Team Secret as a result. But the 18-year-old showed really promising thing. It was probably his best season in TMGL. The season he got relegated. Him who was a forever underdog in TMGL, but he showed really promising things in the last season of TMGL. So in such a field where there's not only the best of the best, I think Ivan will be a strong contender. He showed really positive thing. Even his 1v1 against Scrappy in the head-to-head was pretty close. His achievement list is pretty shallow because he focused on Grand League, and he had tough competition there. But yeah, Ivan will be a strong player for this weekend. We have also Scrappy. Scrappy, who got 3rd in Trackmania Grand League Winter 2021. He also got runner-up in Winter 2020 in Lyon. 2nd of the Ryder Cup 2. 2nd in Sorawi Cup. 2nd of the Trackmania Grand League show match. Quite a veteran player as well now. He was already a famous tech player when I started playing in 2014. So yeah, quite a strong contender as well. It will be really surprising to not see him make it into the top 8. So looks like we are done with this map. Only 10 seconds left. Panda will get the fastest time in front of Otak, Mime, Binks, Razy, Default, Hugo 2020, Hugo 220, sorry. Soya, Hydra, and Cap running up the top 10. And yeah, you can see as well with a good time on this server, Miquatro, Carl, Luzix as well, doing pretty good. So yeah, I guess these players will be safely into the top 122, which is needed to advance into the main bracket. Yeah, let's hope the map will load. So we're moving on to map number 2. If the game loads. Here we go. Map number 2, which should be Arctic Split. Map from the Winter 2021 season. So a map that Suya actually already practiced for OGL, like many of his main opponents who played either TMGL or OGL. You can see Suya going outside pole with Carl. Interesting line right here. So yeah, the scenery has been changed a bit for this World Cup compared to TMGN, and it's looking pretty good in my opinion. I think we have really beautiful maps with a very beautiful mod as well. So yeah, with a mistake, we'll finish his first round nonetheless. Many players like to finish the first round in a time attack seeding no matter what. It's still 7th overall so far. But yeah, as you can see, there were a super long ice turn at the beginning of this map which got removed. And I think most players are happy about it. So yeah, I guess we have other players we can introduce. We didn't go through all the TMGL players. We have Kappa, the defending world champion since we didn't have a World Cup since 2018. Kappa playing for McLaren Shadow with keyboard, one of the few keyboard players left. World champion in 2018, defending champion since the World Cup didn't happen since. He won also Trackmania Grand League beta season. He won Gamers Assembly, won Gaming Winterfest, and yeah, two other grand finals in Gamers Assembly. One of the most prominent tech players ever, and yeah, he even managed to win Grand League in the mixed side. So yeah, definitely a really strong contender, even though he didn't have the greatest TMGL season last time around. We also have Mudda, the Australian beast. Mudda playing for Edelweiss with Camera 2, Xbox Gamepad. Fourth of the last season of Trackmania Grand League as a promoted player. He won the Trackmania Open Grand League for 2020 fairly easily. He won TMO Full Speed. He was one of the most prominent full speed players before moving into that sort of mixed / pro thing. And yeah, full-time player, full-time streamer. And also on a side note, he holds the world record on both and Need for Speed Underground's speedruns. Back to the live action. Surya in third place of his server, which is fifth overall, and as you can see, it's pretty much the same names we see in the top 10. Binks, Dofault, Yugo 2020, Hydra, Surya, Miquatro, Otak, yeah, Razy. However, yeah, Tricky. Tricky in the top 8, Utah in 9th. These are players we didn't see too much on the first maps. They are not on this server, so if they're not in the top 10 overall, we can't see what they are doing. So yeah, time attack seeding is not the greatest format to cast, unfortunately. So if the chat has question, or if you want to discuss things outside of the tournament, of course, I guess it's the right time, because during the cup mode matches it will be a lot different. It will be way more intense. So yeah, Surya looking to improve again, minus 23 for Surya, which is 4th place on the server. I think that's 7th overall. Yeah, that is 7th overall. That's 5th overall. Didn't update it. So other players I could mention as well, where I have a page for them, is Coco. Coco, who is Bing's teammate, even though he's not in TMGL. Coco, who came back from a hiatus a bit, but he's back, and he's back in a pretty good way. Coco, he's here to perform. 23 years old, playing with Camera 2, former players of Gamers Origin against Star Authority. And yeah, he won ETC in 2018, got runner-up in the following year behind Gwen. 5th in Lyon Esports, 2nd in the French Championship in 2020. And yeah, he won Stadium Nation Challenge with the French team. And he got 3rd in ESWC Canyon in 2012, which was the only edition of that event. He became famous as a player on Canyon before moving into Stadium quite a long time ago now. And yeah, he has a pretty high success right there. We can also mention Grenadi, playing for Alternate, playing with the Wheel, the only Wheel player who won K Cup 2020, the Carmine Cup 2020, hosted by Brent's team. He reached the TMGL promotion playoff, lost to Walker, who will not participate in the World Cup. He's the most prominent player in Trackmania Cup of the day. He has won it 26 times, which is the record for this competition. He also got 3rd place in the German Cup in 2021. However, he stated that he has not practiced much for this World Cup. I hardly believe it. We all know that Grenadi is a highly invested player, so yeah, I expect him to perform this weekend despite what he could say. Another players I could mention is Link, who was playing Trackmania Grand League as well last season, got demoted alongside Ivan. He lost to Riolu, his relegation playoff. So, what will happen now with the drama that we all know? What will happen now? We don't know yet. But yeah, he got second in Open Grand League Fall 2020, which allowed him to get promoted. He won Nations Cup 11 with France in 2016 and World Team Cup 2018 as well as Nations Champ 2016. In the World Team Cup, he was actually the captain of the French team as well. So yes, 3 titles with the national team back when this competition were a thing. Third in French Championship 2020 as well. Second in Game World Euro Cup with Binks. 8th in Lyon Esport 2020 and 2 Cup of the Day. He's as well a veteran player. He played for Team Acer in the past, Team Against Authority, for Planet Key Dynamics as well. So he played for most of the most prominent tech teams the game had to offer at the time. So yeah, pretty very experienced player. He fell a bit short in TMGL, but that doesn't mean he's not a great player, of course. He is, and yeah, he's motivated to perform this weekend as well, and I expect him to do very, very well. So we have 2 more minutes of this map. The player which is our main focus, he's doing well right now. Surya in 6th overall. Dofault having the fastest time in front of Binks, Razy, Yugo 2020, Otak, Soya, Panda, Cap, Hydra, and Henner, who wasn't in the top 10 on the first map neither. We expect a lot of big genius player attempting their chance alongside Carl. Maybe so we have Henner, we have maybe Energize. Energize is most likely playing, or maybe not, because I think he's a referee at French Open tennis, so he might be busy with that. Alright, so Soya doesn't have time to get a faster time in. So let's see if we have Carl still driving. Unfortunately, he clipped the top of the banking right here. Let's see if he can still improve. Surprisingly, even though this game is very French-centered, Carl is the only French world champion, and that was 15 years ago, and he's still the only one 15 years later. So will someone succeed to him, or will he clutch another title 15 years later? Unfortunately, he won't improve his time right here. He's in 8th place in the server, 7 tenths behind top 10 overall, so yeah, I guess he's pretty safe in. He should be pretty safely in. So this map is over. Dofault, Yugo 2020 will actually take it, sniping Dofault near the end. Then Binks, Razy, Otak, Soya, Mime, Panda, Cap, and Hydra. It's actually the average of your position, the sum of your position, that will determine your total seeding, and not the sum of the times. The sum of the time will only be a tiebreaker, which is a bit different from a LAN time attack, for example, where it was the sum of your times that mattered. So we're moving on to map 3 out of 6. This is a bit slow to load up, but looks like we didn't miss anything. Where is Soya? Here he is. Map 3 out of 6. We are on time with the schedule actually. Because the first cup mod match will be at 17 CEST, 5 PM, which is in 40 minutes from now. So yeah, I guess we will be... No, actually we'll have a bit of delay. I think we are 3 minutes late so far. So yeah, probably no break at all between the matches. And the third map will be Bicycle by Popwet. Bicycle, which is, sorry, a map. Where is Solia? Which is a map that was played in the Winter 2021 season as well. It was played in the Winter 2021 season as well. We saw it in the head-to-head as well, and in the playoffs. So of course it's a map that Soya knows pretty well. However, I don't think he performed really good against Binks on this map. It was a decider, if I remember correctly. But yeah, Soya on a good time right now. This jump is pretty scary, but it's not the hardest map of the map packs. The Identity isn't among the hardest. The Identity being these ice U-turns. Oh, but I'm in cam 2, right? No, I'm not in cam 2, I'm in cam 1. Okay, it's fine. And yeah, I misclicked, and Soya actually got the fastest time overall. 1:10.215 for the Belgian player. And yeah, maybe since we have some time still, we can view a bit the rules of the tournament, which will come after this time attack seeding. So yeah, 128 players in the bracket had qualified through this time attack seeding, over 1,000 of signups. So yeah, not too many spots available. And then with those 128 players, we will run a single elimination bracket in cup mode 1v1 v1 v1 with finalists. Point limit instead is set to 100. It will be 120 for tomorrow's match in the top 16, but for today it's 100. And yeah, finalist status means that once you reach 100 points, you will have to win one more round to secure your spot into the next round. And top 2 of each match will advance to the next round. And all this will go through till we'll have 8 players left, and those 8 players will qualify for the Trackmania World Cup alongside the 8 TMGL players that are already qualified, which are Core Junior, Massa, Spam, Afi, Aurel, Papu, and some others that I forgot by hand. But yeah, the 8 pre-qualified players were based on the total amount of points gathered during the last 2 TMGL seasons. So Fall 2020 and Winter 2021. So Mime now has the fastest time in front of Binks, the only 2 players to beat Surya so far. Then we have Razy, Hydra, Dofold, Carl, Henner, his teammate, and Miquatro running up the top 10. So yeah, always the same faces we see in the top 10, and yeah, no surprise to see them at the top. So these players, as expected, will be easily in this top 122 to make it into the bracket. And why I say 122 and not 128 is because 6 players are already through the seeding, which are the TMGL players that played in the past 2 seasons that didn't make it directly into the World Cup. So that applies for Mudda, that applies for Scrappy, for Yvonne, for Link, for Bren, and for Kappa. Because there is more, but that's the only 6 that decided to sign up for the tournament, since yeah, Riolu did not sign up, so don't expect a plot twist. Riolu did not sign up for World Cup. I checked the entry list. Riolu did not sign up. And Worker didn't sign up as well. Twin didn't sign up. And I think that's it for the former or future TMGL players. But Walker would have played the seeding anyway because he's not in TMGL yet. So it's in Binks he's playing. So yeah. Alright, so yeah, on a pretty good time right here. Should be improving and go fastest overall. Yeah, beating Binks by 2/10. 109.88. First player to go into the 109s in this time attack seeding. And it is personal best for Numlops Soria. Let's drop the nice time in the chat. Totally not biased and nice time. But yeah, it is a really fast time. I mean, it's a 2/10 faster than the second time. Actually, Mime improved his mark a bit, but didn't go through the 109s. So it's only second place. He's still improving over Binks. And your seeding position is pretty important because the first match will be based among the seeding position. So ensuring a good seeding will make you avoid the TMGL players in the first match and will make you avoid the other players that perform in this time attack seeding. So Soria right now is doing amazing at yeah, making the job easier for the first match. Yeah, fortunately for him, I think it will be pretty difficult to improve at that point since he did such a fast time. Maybe we can expect Binks or Carl. Carl isn't looking to improve right now by the looks of it. No, he will not unless it's bugged. No, I don't think it is. Where is Binks? Binks is at the start. Let's follow a run by Binks. Binks in third place overall so far. Playing for Easy Dream. Okay, Binks with a start even to his PB. Of course, players are playing with cars off. Oh, and a mistake by Binks. Too much speed into this corner. And yeah, if you're not too familiar with the game, of course, the players can hide the opposing cars, so they don't get the visual annoyance that yeah, the slower players can get. As you saw, Binks overtaking many players during his runs. Oh, actually, we have Soria and Miquacho right in front of Binks right now. If these three players can... Oh, but unfortunately Binks will clip. So now we will emerge right behind Carl. So maybe we can follow that as well. Oh, that's really far to the left, but Binks will make it. Half a tenth behind his PB. Razy actually jumping into second place, and Binks won't improve. Where is Carl? Carl is still on a run. Not a great start by Carl. He's 0.18 behind his PB. 0.2 behind now even. Can he improve his 7th place mark? Still 2/10 behind for the 2006 World Champions. Way too much for time here. He will lose additional time. Yes, 3/10 behind. He won't improve, unfortunately. Soria will remain the only players into the 109s. Insane time by Soria. That's really promising. That means the afternoon will be most likely pretty long for me, and I wish it is. Because that means our player will perform. So Soria will win the map in front of Razy, Mime, Binks, Hydra, Hugo 220, Carl, Miquacho, Otak, and Dofold. So always the same faces we see in the top 10. Like Miquacho, Carl, Soria, Binks, Dofold. That will be your top contenders. So we are loading up map number 4. We are only 3 minutes behind the schedule. So most likely no break between the seeding and the very first match. So let's see how this will play out. Map number 4, which is reversing by Thompson. Thompson, my favorite mapper in Trackmania. And yeah, pretty creative map as well, with a really creative identity. Very well mapped as well, with that backward section. So yeah, I love Thompson. I said many times on stream and during my cast, every time we play a Thompson map, I say it. And yeah, that didn't change. Let's see. Gonna just working a bit my layout to make my life easier for VODs later on. So Soya didn't finish around yet. Plenty of time. 9 minutes remaining. Enner with the early time. Oh, Simply Nick is playing the World Cup. Simply Nick, the Australian streamer, who is really good at khaki maps in particular. And yeah, you can see more unexpected names in the top 10 so early on, because of course many of the top contenders don't set a time early. But we still have many already at the top: Binks, Miquatro, Otak, Mime, Enner, Cap. Right, so Soya is coming into the backward part I was talking about. Oh, unfortunately he will miss out. However, can I... how can I put the sound so that it stay always active? Okay, like that. Now I can do that. Perfect. That will improve the viewer experience quite a bit, I guess. So right, Soya still without a time, but plenty of time remaining left. 7 minutes and a half at the right of your screen. And players has to go. Which is funny. But yeah, of course, these qualifiers are open to everybody. Anybody could sign up. You could have signed up as well. I could have signed up. So you don't have only pro players participating in this. And yeah, that's a good thing. That's something we lost a bit with the Grand League, but Trackmania has most of the time been a game where the pros could, yeah, the pleb could play against the pros really, and that was an amazing thing about this game. And with the Grand League, we lost that a bit. Because of course the Grand League is close between the best player in the world. So, and yeah, since many players of the Grand League are exclusively focusing on the Grand League, which is understandable, of course, we kinda lost this, but we still have tournaments to have this back, and this World Cup is an example of it. Even though for most of these players it will be only during the time attack. 128 slots is still it's still a good amount of slots and gives a chance to everybody. We also have events like the Zerator Cup that is open to everyone, and yeah, many other occasional events. Gamers Assembly as well is a good example. So Soya got time in 3rd place overall. So Soya confirming his top contender. Really good performance by Soya so far. He's been in the top 10 on every map overall, and he even won the map. So it's looking really, really good for our player from Numelaps. And Soria will improve his mark. Move up to second place overall behind Binks. Less than a tenth behind Binks. Soria looking pretty strong right here. Also during the match I will most likely try to run a prediction, which I didn't do on my channel in the past. But I think it will be a good thing to do, even though you can only pick between two options. You can still like put 2 and 2 players. Or maybe you could do simply run a poll as well. Could be better. Alright, Soria now improving his mark, 25 hundreds up on his time. And looking to take first place overall. Now he's 200 behind Binks. Soria on a pretty good time. The backward section will decide it. First place again, tied with Binks. The ending will decide it. Soria. Oh, and Soria with a really nice end will get 800 in front of Binks. And Soria will get first place overall on this map as well with 3 minutes and a half to go. Soria, the first player to make it into the point fours. Strong time by Numelaps Soria. It's looking good. He already got first on the previous map. And yes, Soria is not done yet, but might be tricky to improve. And yeah, as you can see, Razy as well improve his time. Will get second place, overtaking Binks by 200 of a second, but that's still behind the 0.494 by Soria. Let's follow Binks, because I guess it will be a bit harder to improve now for Soria. Binks, unfortunately, with the crash right there. Where is Carl? Carl is a 108.4. He's close behind the top 10. 100 behind 10th place, occupied by Panda. Unfortunately, he will make a mistake right there. Carl with a good start right here. Point on 3 up on his PB. And now dead even. Still quite even with his PB. Can Carl sneak into the top 10? 1 minute and a half minutes to go, so let's see how this will play out. It might be his last attempt right there, if he goes till the end of the map. Pretty good turn right there, but still half tenth behind his PB. He can gain it through the backward section. Unfortunately, lost quite a lot of time. 3 tenths behind now. I don't think that will be an improvement, no. And yeah, he pressed L a tiny bit too late, I think. I think we'll be short by a few tenths to put another time in. And no other changes in the top 10. So yeah, he's still in first place. And yeah, that's it for Carl. That's it for Soya as well. Razy though is still driving. Razy is 1/10 behind his PB. Can he clutch the end to snipe Soria? It sounds pretty unlikely. A bit too far behind. Yeah, 2 tenths. I think it's too much. He will need a B-stand to compensate. He gained a tenth though. Can he clutch it? No, Brazy won't improve any further. Binks though, Binks is ahead of Soya. Binks might snipe it. Binks might snipe it. He's 0.03 in front. Binks for a snipe. Oh, that was terrible landing. That was a terrible landing indeed. Binks will lost it in the end, and Soria will keep his first place. However, it will still be enough for Binks to snipe Razy for second place. Wow. Soya winning his second map in a row in this seeding. He's doing incredibly well. 4 times out of 4 in the top 10. 2 first places. It's looking great. It's looking great for him right now. He will guarantee a very, very top seed. 2 maps to go. Two maps to go still. Let's see how this will play out. Oh, my game froze. Oh, my game crashed. Technical difficulties. Please stand by. Let's hope I can re-enter the server at least. That should be possible, of course. Come on, game, you can do it. What the? Oh my god. I will try to close my Twitch dashboard. Might help a bit. Sorry for the technical difficulties. Alright. We're back in it. We missed only 3 minutes, so not a big deal. Where is Soya? Soya is there, and he's doing good. Soya looking to improve his mark. 0.04 ahead. 0.1 tenths. And that will be an improvement by 2 tenths. Really good end by Soya, moving into second place overall behind Binks, only 200 away from Binks. Default in third, Mime in fourth, Cap in fifth, Otak in sixth, Miquacho in seventh. Then we have Enner, Hugo 220, and Carl. And Soya looking to improve his mark even further. Not anymore. Slightly ahead, but his end was really good on his PB, so can he do it even better? Yeah, it looks like he can. Minus 12. Can he make it? And yes, 1/10 of an improvement for Soya, moving into first place overall. Soya still on an amazing seeding. What's going on? Yeah, TM 2020 still a very stable game, as we can see. Soya still dead even with his PB. Maybe can improve even further. Binks improved by 2/10. Soya's time. Oh yeah, I just noticed that my mod didn't load. So Surya not improving this time around. Surya off to a good start right there. Less than 100. But of course in time attack a lot goes through the identity, that ice U-turn. Oh, he's a tense up. That's looking good for Surya. 0.28 up. That's a monster time for Soya. If he can clutch the end, that turn is really difficult. He lost everything, I think. Yeah, he will lose everything, sadly. That's unfortunate for Soya. He had a shot at first place right there. He had a shot at first place. He has 3 minutes left to do so. Also, I didn't go through the previous world champions, which I will do now. As you can see, the World Cup didn't happen since 2018. Only one player has been world champion several times. It's been Carl Jr. Of course, these stats are covering many different organizations. From 2006 to 2008, 2006, 2007, 2008 was ESWC. 2009 was World Cyber Games. From 2010 till 2015 it was ESWC again. 2016 it was Mania Planet World Cup, and 2018 it was Trackmania World Championship. And we didn't have an event since, so Kappa is still the defending champion. Carl is the only one who won several titles in a row. Several titles at all. He has 3. And yeah, we have most of these, actually some of these former world champions are playing. Carl is playing, Spam is playing, he's already through. Carl Jr. is playing as well, Pac is playing, and Kappa as well. So yeah, we have most of the world champions that are attending this World Cup. And yeah, let's see what will happen. France, who is of course the main country of Trackmania, is still waiting for a new world champion for 15 years now. 15 years that France is awaiting a successor to Korn. So we are looking to improve his mark again. He's a tense up on his PB. Can he clutch the end? 1 tense up. He need a good end. Can he make it? No, he won't. He has time for one more attempt though. Still in second place behind Bing, so it's third place. He just got sniped by Mime by less than a tenth. And Miquatro as well, 1/10 faster than 100 faster than Mime. Oh, it's a Soya. 2,000s up on his time. Alpha 10's behind now, but he can't reset anyway. It's his last chance. Doesn't look like it will be the one though. Alpha 10's up. The identity will decide it. That's a pretty good U-turn, but yeah, on his PB the U-turn was really good. So no further improvement for Numelab Soya, will remain in 4th place, which is of course a great performance. 2 times first, 1 time 4th, and yes, the other 2 times in the top 10 as well. It's still looking amazing for Soya, for Binks as well. Definitely Binks, Soya, and Razy are definitely the 3 most impressive players so far in this time attack seeding. Actually, for the TMGL players that are already through the seeding, maybe this lack of warm-up will be a bit costly, because they will have straight up to get in the groove in their first match. It's only 100 points, plus it's single elimination, so you can't really afford a slow start. You can get punished fairly quickly, even though they have a top seed, so they have the top 6 seed, so they should be pretty safe. Alright, last map of this seeding. Last map, it is Semiramis by Firestorm. Map from the fall 2020 season. Oh, so yeah, with an early mistake, we'll have to restart. We actually seen this map in the playoffs of the TMGL fall 2020. And yeah, we are 5 minutes down on the plan time so far. So I guess the first cup mode match will start straight away. So yeah, off to a good start right there, catching up to Razy. It's a good benchmark in front of him, even though he doesn't see it. We do. And this identity right there, pretty tricky. And Soya will take too many risks right there. He has to though, because it's time attack. You're not in rounds yet, so yeah, you don't play the same way in time attack as you play in rounds. In time attack, you want to risk it as much as possible. Meanwhile, of course, in rounds, Soya wouldn't have gone for such a risky line. Soya third if he continues this pace, third of the server. Second time in the Semiramis. And it went pretty good. Only one last jump. And it will be maybe first place. No, the jump wasn't really smooth, but it's still first place. He lost 2/10 in the end though. So Soya can definitely improve this time further. Can he do it? He has 7 minutes left, plenty of time. I'm assuming this 110.901 won't stay first place at the end of the 10 minutes. Yeah, Carl improving Soya's time by 800 of a second. However, Soya is 0.13 ahead of his PB right now. And we know he loses 2/10 in the very end. So Soya might be on a mega time right there. Through the identity he goes. He's still in front. If he gets a good end, he will improve surely his mark. Yes, this time the jump is smooth, and that's a 0.18 improvement. First place overall, 110.72. Good time by Numlops Soya. It's almost 2/10 clear of his closest opponent. The other members of the top 10, oh, Binks, moving from 4th to 2nd place, improving Coral's time. And yeah, Binks is roughly a tenth behind Soya. A very impressive time attack session right there by Soya. He's showing everybody that he is ready. He is ready to fight. He will be a contender for the World Cup slot. That's a crash from Soya. And yeah, for some reason, sometimes when Soya retires, it switch players. So yeah, let's follow Carl for a bit, if the game wants us to. He's in 3rd overall after all. Probably more likely to improve than Soya, since Soya already has such a fast time. It will be quite difficult for him to improve even further. Oh, Carl with a mistake right there. Carl, pretty good time right there. 7,000 behind, 2/10 up now. Oh, that's a good run for Carl. Can he clutch a good identity? He's only 2/10 behind Binks. Oh, that's pretty good. Unfortunately, that landing wasn't great. Still a PB though. Smooth landing, and it will be a small improvement, half a tenth of an improvement for Carl, securing his 3rd place overall. Yeah, it will be now a bit harder for his opponents to snipe him. Oh, Binks is on the fastest time. If he can keep it ahead, he's a tenth in front of Soya. Can Binks make it? Oh, that's wide. He's 600 behind Soya, but he has a lot of speed. Can he snipe it? He will! It's tied! Who's in first? It will be Soya in first. It's Binks in first on the server, but it's Soya on the plugin. Wow. Soya keeping his first place right on the edge. Oh, yes, the transition was a bit too risky. I think Soya won't improve further. Good sportsmanship between Binks and Soya. That's what we want to see. That's what the Trackmania community is about, guys. Don't listen to the dramas. Carl has time for one more run. Can he snipe everyone? Maybe Razy can as well, or Miquatro. But we will be focusing on Carl right there for the time being. Carl 1/10 up. Yeah, Carl is on an even start than Binks, but unfortunately it will crash. And no time to improve further for Carl. Where's Razy? Razy is on the time. But looks like he's not a threat right now. Yeah, he's 0.16 behind his PB. Razy won't be a threat. We won't. Where is Miquatro? Miquatro's not driving neither. Where is Cap? Cap is on an improvement, I think. Yep, Cap is 1/10 up on his PB, but he will crash. Hotak is not driving. Default might improve his mark. Yes, he is. 4/10 up. Does he have enough speed? He has. Oh, 4/10 improvement for Default. That will be promoting him in 7th place of the server and 10th overall, sniping up the top 10. Good games. And yeah, Soria winning 3 maps in this time attack seeding. Dream start from Soria. He will most likely take seed 7, which is the first seed behind the pre-qualified players. So I guess the bracket will be available anytime soon. So let's see about that. We shouldn't have too long of an intermission. And yeah, whatever happens, we'll be covering the match where Soya is in. And if Soya goes out of the tournament, we are out of the tournament as well. So yeah, stay tuned for run of 128. Yay! I'm qualified. Can I display my dashboard without dying? I can. Alright, up next, round of 128. Alright,